I started learning music when I was 5, officially, because I started on the piano. My sister also played the piano, and she was slightly older than me, and she was very good at the piano. And so I decided around the age of 10 that I would change instruments because I didn't want to compete with her. So I was very smart. I said, okay, I'm not playing the piano anymore. And in my school at the time, we had an amazing program for music. They had all kinds of instruments available. You could take them home and bring them back, and no commitment whatsoever. You just tried them. And I loved the viola. I brought it home, and my parents said, are you sure you want to play the viola? Why don't you try the cello? I brought him a cello next, and I thought, okay, I like the cello too. So I stayed with it. Yeah. People have certain attitude about how one should play the cello. And I was told that I should play the cello like a man, even when I was a 13-year-old girl. My teacher at that time, it has to do more with the way he was thinking. The cello had to be played, that it would require a certain amount of strength. But I don't think it requires more strength than a 13-year-old girl would have. I never really understood what it meant, but I tried anyway to play like a man for a while. The cello is a huge part of my life. Aside from being my profession, it's practically like my meditation. If I don't practice the cello for several days, I feel like I lose center.
Let's talk a little bit about the solitary and collective aspect of your work.
I spend a lot of time by myself, practicing every day. You can't go to a rehearsal and look at the music for the first time. I have to imagine how it will sound when we're together. I can't have an interpretation that's very unusual. I just have to be kind of honest with the music and hope that everyone else reaches more or less the same conclusion. And then when we get together, we have to be flexible to interpret the directions that we get from the conductor, because he's the one in the end who shows his idea of this music that we're playing together. I enjoy it most when a conductor has such a clear vision that he brings everybody together.
When I saw the other day you playing in the orchestra, you explained to me that your colleagues are from all over the world.
Yes.
How does it make you feel? What is the workplace culture like?
Oh, it's fabulous. I love that part about it. We bring our cultures. We can still play together the same music, but we come from very, very different backgrounds. I don't really feel like an American anymore, especially when I go back to America. I feel like I've been changed by my experience here. We've taken on habits and ways of thinking that definitely are not American. It has to do with attitude, with a certain calm. There's not as much urgency about anything. When I lived in New York, everything seemed urgent.
How long have you been in Spain?
Since 1991, 32 years now.
Do you feel more Spanish than American?
Sometimes, yeah. When I go to America, I feel more Spanish. And when I come back, I feel more American.
What do you miss about America here?
I have to say, I miss New York. I don't miss America. The energy of New York is something very unique. The fact that everything is possible there. I mean, that may be a cliche, but it's true. People there are, in my experience, very friendly. They're very open. It doesn't matter where you're from. It's normal to be from somewhere else.
So we have lentils here.
Excellent.
Very simple recipe and very healthy.
Thank you. I will make a salad as well.
Wonderful. I'm the second Albanian you're meeting, right?
Yes, yes.
Tell me about the first one.
The first one was named Patch, and he was a fabulous leader, a violinist, and leader of our orchestra for several years. Just a fabulous, well-rounded musician, and you could just watch him and know how you should play together. He plays as a concertmaster in many different orchestras around Spain, around the world. And he teaches in Asia. I've never seen anyone so positive and with such an absolute refusal to complain about anything.
He's from Shkodra, which is in north of Albania, and is a city full of culture, and people are distinguished because of their sense of humor.
That explains it.
So you're preparing a party today.
Yes.
What is that for?
That's 30 years anniversary of signing my contract with the Orchestra of Seville. In America, it's very hard to find work that you can do for 30 years, especially in the music field.
Do you drive to your work?
No, I don't have a car. That's one of the great things also about living here in Seville. I walk through the park, I walk along the river, and there I am. I remember one day I was walking to work and it had been raining. I walked through the university, which is a beautiful old building, and the light on the buildings, and there's nothing like the light in Seville. And I took lots and lots of photos and I thought, okay, this is amazing. I've been living here for so long and I can still enjoy my walk to work. It's wonderful.
Let's talk a little bit about the two symbols of Seville, flamenco and the bulls.
Yeah, I can do without the bulls. Flamenco, yes. Flamenco is very energizing to me to see that incredible art form. It's a very complex, very rich, has a bit of everything. The music, the rhythm, the dancing, the costumes, the gestures, the language, the poetry.
I was affected by what you said the other day about going to the bull ring, but I went to visit just to see the setting.
I think there's two ways of thinking about it. Some people appreciate the art. You can do that with almost anything. You can do it with cooking, which I'm going to do. You can do it with music. You can do it with dance. But why do it with torture of a poor animal who has no exit? He has no choice. He's suffering. I can understand. You've made it into an art form. It's not necessary to continue this tradition for me. And everyone says, well, you don't understand because you're not Spanish or you're not this. But there are Spanish people that also feel the same way as I do. Just because it's a tradition doesn't mean it has to continue. It normalizes the act of killing, even though it's not a killing of a person. It's a killing of an animal, not for it out of necessity. Torture. I'm against that. My best friend.
That's your mama, right?
Yeah, that's the one I miss the most. She's an amazing person. A classic role model for everything in life. Calm when things are difficult, and to know how to take care of things and to enjoy people.
Albania free.
Albania free?
Yeah.
Which way?
Pueden pasar.
Grazie muchos. I'll have a hard time leaving this place. It's lovely.
I really like to have people come in and share my home. I think it's good for us too, to meet people from different places and with different experiences. We hope you come back.
I'll definitely come back, and I hope to see you in Saranda.
I hope so too.
Una, dos, tres. ¡Viva Sevilla! ¡Ole! ¡Ole!